I've been kind of broke in Season of Discovery lately. It's been tough to make gold because I'm not one who really enjoys going out into the world and like figuring out ways to make gold, unless it's like some kind of farming a raid with the Hunter Nightmare Seed glitch, or if it's like the dual profession thing that came out early in phase 2. So in phase 4, there hasn't really been any of those secret money making techniques like we found in some of the other phases, and it's been very expensive to get tier 0.5 on 2 characters, as well as if you want to buy it for a dual spec. And on top of that, like, I'm trying to get a Thunder Fury, and I'm going to have to buy 100 Arcanite bars, and I'm going to have to get Elementium ores. And I'm like, how in the world am I going to be able to afford all of this? Because Season of Discovery is getting very expensive. And so GDKP is what I used to do. I used to host and run GDKPs and take a host cut, and that would fund pretty much everything that I needed to do in the game. And now that's not there. So I've been trying and searching for a way to make money, but haven't been very successful until recently. I did figure out a way. I was in the trade chat and I was looking to form an Onyxia pug, and I noticed everybody was hard reserving the Onyxia head. And so I was like, well, what could I hard reserve, and what could I like run a pug, host a pug, and hard reserve that could make money? And my initial thought was like, well, I could start pre-selling the Onyxia head, make it hard reserve, and then I could give it to the person who pre-bought the head, as long as they traded me the gold before the raid, right? Like I could get paid 500G for an Oni head for getting the whole entire raid together and then hard reserving the head for them. And I was like, nah, that's a little bit too much of a TOS gray area, because that's kind of like exchanging gold for items. And so I ultimately decided not to go with that route, because that's a little bit too close to the GDKP gray area. But I did come up with another idea, and that was to hard reserve the Onyxia scales that were going for around 200, anywhere from 100 to 200 gold each. I would pay the skinner 100 gold. We do Onyxia. I pay him 100 gold. He skins Onyxia for me. I get anywhere from 2 to 5 scales. And so that was profiting me in week 1 anywhere from, you know, 400 to 1,000 gold per Onyxia that I was hosting. And you could do that 2 times a week. Then I thought, well, what if I one up this idea? I take it to Molten Core and I hard reserve all the materials like these Sulfuron ingots, the lava cores, and the fiery cores. So I recently did that this week. I assembled a group. The only thing I hard reserved was the Thunder Fury and the mats. Anything that drops off the trash, I decided to just reserve those so I could fund all the necessary materials to build my Thunder Fury, because right now, I don't know if I'll ever get one, even if I got the bindings, because I wouldn't be able to afford it. So after my first Molten Core run, you can see here that I had 1,000 gold to my name after full clearing Molten Core, but I ended up with 4 Sulfuron ingots. I'm an enchanter, so I was DEing the greens, so I ended up with 4 Greater Eternal Essence, 8 Essence of Earth, 19 Essence of Fire, 16 Fiery Cores, 9 Lava Cores. So I'm going to show you how much money that I made from these materials from hosting 1 Molten Core. I'm going to log into my Paladin right now. We're going to go and check the mail, and we're going to see how much gold that I've made overnight from selling all of the materials onto the auction house. Let's see. I have some mail. Hopefully everything's sold. Remember, I had 1,000 gold before. It looks like I didn't sell everything. So I still have 2 Sulfuron ingots, 8 Essence of Earth, and 4 Onyxia scales that didn't sell yet from the Onyxia run this week. And these Sulfuron ingots are selling for 300 each. So I'm going to call it about 4,000 gold or so easily once I sell this. So from just hosting like 1 Molten Core, I've made around 3,000 gold. And so although I know the title of the video is Hard Reserve is like the new GDKP, but in a way, it's only that for the raid hoster, the person who's hard reserving the item. So in a GDKP, it's actually better because the entire raid gets paid, and the host doesn't actually make this much money. But hard reserve for the raid organizer is actually like 10 times better than a GDKP because you're not splitting the total gold with anyone. You get to keep all of it. So if you're one of those people who's pretty ambitious, can get people to sign up, you don't mind spamming in the trade chat a lot and forming a group where people don't mind you keeping all of the materials that drop off of the ads, then yeah, you could be making anywhere from 2 to 3k gold per molten core run. Now I imagine these mats will slowly start to go down over time, so getting your pug up and running early in the expansion is very important because these are when the materials are going to be going for top dollar. And I'm currently rushing right now on my third warlock, or on my third character right now, to try and hit 60 so that I can do another molten core pug where I hard reserve these items and then sell them on the auction house. So all in all, if I have 3 characters doing 3 molten cores per week, that's 9,000 gold per week plus Onyxia scales 6 times a week that I could be selling on the auction house, making an additional probably 2,000, 3,000 gold from Onyxia scales. So all in all, this is a good way. If you have 2 to 3 characters, you could be making upwards of 10,000 gold a week right now in Season of Discovery if you host your own raids and you hard reserve the items. Anyways, guys, that's what's been going through my mind the past few days. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel and check me out on twitch.tv/Shardako. I'll see you next time.